Okay, you ready? I'll kick it off.
Okay. Get some music playing it. Do we have a theme song or anything like that?
I have no theme song.
No theme song?
Is that okay for you?
No, I wanted a theme song. If you don't have a theme song, I'll work within our little budget we got here, but I was hoping we'd have a theme song.
Oh, why don't you sort of hum something and I'll introduce the show?
Okay, so I'll do the beat and you do the vocal.
Okay, I'm ready when you are. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. It's going to be a great show. Even better than this sick beat. I think Joe should stay in comedy because he's got no feet in this little thing we do. Welcome to the show, everyone. How are you? It's been a minute. It's been a couple weeks, but we're back. What's Flying is back, and we're going to be daily, like I always say, but this time we're going to do it. You know, I wanted to start cutting clips, Joe. And so
Okay.
I was able to get these episodes out, but I wasn't able to cut clips and help people know about the show. So I said, let me take a couple weeks to figure out how I can get good at clip cutting, and then I'll bring the show back. I think I'm half decent at it now. Do you think that was a good strategy or a terrible strategy?
I think it was a terrible strategy.
Okay.
And listen, I know a thing or two about terrible strategies. If you ask me, I don't know any good strategies. I don't know successful strategies. If there's one thing I know, it's what's a bad strategy, and listen, Victor, that's a bad strategy. You should have just continued with it going, you know. But listen, we're here right now. I don't want to. What are we gonna cry over the past for a long time? We'll move forward,
Well,
both
we
of
already
us.
started off on a terrible theme song, so
I thought that was a great theme song. Actually, I'm kind of insulted. I thought I was gonna
so
do
you know
my heart.
bad strategies, but you don't have such a great radar when it comes to theme songs because that wasn't great, Joe.
No, I really thought that was good, actually. I thought that was one of my best work so far as a theme song as someone who makes theme songs, I thought that was pretty good.
So you've done theme songs before.
No, that was it. That was my only one. I
All
guess
right, all right, all
that's
right.
why I think it was good.
Well, it's been a long time since I've seen you. How you
Yeah.
doing? I haven't seen you
Uh
on stage lately. I know you're getting up there every night. I haven't been. How you doing?
I'm doing alright, and that's why I called you. I missed you. I put this whole thing together. Let's remind the people that you were I couldn't find you, so I was like, "You know what? I miss Victor. Let me go call him." Let me talk to him, see how he's doing, and then, like, "Yeah, let's do this again." So I'm alright. I'll tell you about me. I'm alright. I'm with my lady, we went out last night, with some friends and, just sat there and drank a little bit and
So you went
danced.
there with friends. You didn't take her out, just you and her. This is too much for you to do. You can't. You're at the point where it's not enjoyable enough to just spend time one on one.
No, I go out there all the time. Just, we actually were so last night I did a show at 4 PM at Freddy's. No, 5 PM at Freddy's, right? So Freddy's Bar and Grill. It
Oh,
was
this
a
is in Jersey.
this is Freddy's in Brooklyn. Freddy's Bar and Grill in Park Slope.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
So I did a show at Freddy's yesterday. It was 5 PM during the day. The Knick game's on in the back, right? So I'm
So you're
watching the
doing
Knick game.
Shabbos shows.
I do I don't like to think of it that way, but,
Uh
listen,
huh.
if we're gonna,
Okay, you're doing a
you know
Shabbos show.
I'm doing
Got
a
it.
Shabbos show, I guess I'm doing a Shabbos show.
Okay.
Okay, you got me
Okay.
there. You got me there, I'm doing a Shabbos show. Great. Alright, I mean, now I feel like a horrible person, I feel like I gotta go to 4 and find a rabbi, do a whole thing, yeah. So I'm doing
So
the
you're doing the
Shabbos show,
show.
right? Yes, exactly, doing the Shabbos
Uh
show.
huh.
It's 5 PM, and boy, I needed that bomb really badly
Uh huh.
because I've been riding high. I did a show in Boston, like, 2 weeks ago. I've been riding high
No
since then.
way. Wow. How'd you get into Boston?
Well, I went there one time, and then the guy liked me, so he told me to come back. But I've been riding high since then, right? So I needed this like 5 p.m. Knicks lost during the day absolute bomb, and I took it, and I took it like a man. So that's what I was up to, just kind of eating it yesterday at 5 p.m. It was a pretty packed room for 5 p.m. on a Sunday. There were people there, and I needed it. I needed it. It was good. It was good to have that. Just like,
Cathartic experience.
yeah, it was fun. It was really a fun time. I needed
Recognizing
that.
I'm not that great.
Mm-hmm.
There's still room to recognize that I'm not as good as I think I am.
So I needed that. That was good. That felt good. That felt
Now,
good.
what was it? Did people go for the comedy or they went for the grilled meats and then were
I mean,
treated to
listen, it
comedy?
was it was Freddy's Bar and Grill Saturday at 5 PM. So the crowd was rough, but I didn't do my job. I went there kind of too cocky. I was more like, "Hey, the show's here," because everyone
And
was
the
kind of
Nick game
eating
was
it.
on. They were watching the Knicks.
No, Nick game just happened in the other room. So I was watching the Nick game. The Knicks
Okay.
lost.
Uh
Then
huh.
after the Knicks, there's this Boston fan, behind me the whole time,
Uh huh.
and he's so happy, every time something good happens. But he was ugly anyway, so I didn't really mind it. And he was big. He had pimples on his face, and he was going for the other team the whole time, right behind me.
So when you're on stage, you're noticing the acne of the audience.
No, this guy wa yes. First of all, yes. I try to observe everything possible, any
Okay.
little advantage I could use. No, this guy was not in the showroom, he was in the other room. So, yeah, I went to did Freddy's, and then I ate that, and then I went to our friend Ethan, mutual friend Ethan.
Yes.
He has a fish tank now, so, he's trying to show me how cool his fish are, and
Wow, that's incredible.
I become an asshole, so the second someone likes something, I'm like, "Oh, the fish are suffering in there, don't you? You're torturing the fish." I don't care about the fish, but now he has a fish tank, I'm gonna have to be like, "Oh, you're gonna get a fish tank? You're torturing these fish, you know that? They're suffering every moment you look at them." So I do that
Yeah,
whole thing.
it is a way to possibly save money though, because if you get edible fish, you could take them out, fillet them
Yeah,
right on your kitchen counter. I've never seen anyone really do that. I think
that's a
that
good
would be
idea.
probably progressive in a way.
You're saying have your own no, so you're saying have your own, like salmon fish tank or, like, tuna fish
Yeah,
tank
have
you could
some
eat.
nice fish.
Yeah.
Move on from the goldfish. Get a
Yeah, well,
nice
yeah,
halibut.
I get it.
Why
If you're
not?
gonna have a fish tank in your house, if you're gonna have a fish tank, what are you wasting your time with these tiny little fish you can't even eat?
Yeah, you can't even
Yeah.
turn them into a roll.
Yeah, at least if you're gonna have a fish, you can have a farm at least, you know? You can't even slice them up, wrap them in cucumber. What's the point?
Speaking of assholes, you said you found yourself being an asshole. I am
Yeah.
becoming an asshole
Okay.
on the street. If
Okay.
someone comes up to me, Joe, and
Mhm.
asks me for directions, I have
Yeah.
become the stereotypical New York asshole.
Which so you don't tell them?
I'm like, nah, I don't bother me. Ask
You know
Siri and open your phone. To me, you've lost it. If you need
no.
to ask someone for anything nowadays, I think you've lost it.
So I think but you're missing but isn't that the fun about life? You ask someone for directions.
Well, I
Isn't
could
that
say
part
the
of the
fun
fun?
about life is being an asshole.
That is fun too, but no, when someone asks you for directions, I look at it as like almost like a primitive, ancient way. Like
Uh
somebody
huh.
asking you for directions is like some ancient, like desert shit. Like when you see a human and you ask them, "Hey, we've been in the desert for 40 years. Where's the nearest water?" So that is like the same way
But I
giving
could say
birth.
that's a
Yeah,
dumb question. If I was in the desert, I would be
yeah.
the same asshole. I'd say, "What the fuck are you asking me about water? There's no water northwest to south from here.
But
Don't ask me. You're a lunatic for asking me if there's
no,
water."
you
And you know what I'm going to say to the people now that are asking me now? I'm saying your ancestors are probably those idiot ancestors that asked my ancestors for water
but
back
you're
then. You're the
you're
same that you're the descendant of that same guy that asked me for water 40 years ago. That's you. You
but
haven't changed. It's in
your
your blood.
ancestors gave them the water because that's why they're still alive.
There was no water in the desert. I don't see where you're going with this.
I'm saying when someone asks you direction, you have like a Native American, like Inuit, like a Neanderthalic, um, and urgency, like commandment to help them. And I didn't mean to
Okay.
compare Native Americans to Neanderthals. I just meant like ancient. You have like an ancient like responsibility to them.
What is a Neanderthal? Is that like a caveman?
Yeah, they're like the people that before like humans. If you believe in the monkey thing, the monkey
Right.
ladder, shoots and
So they were
ladders.
sort of like the cavemen, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why were there so many caves back then?
I think that's the only place they had shelter. They didn't exactly have they didn't have, studio apartments with guitars to hang up in the back they never
But
play,
where
so
are all these caves, Joe? Do you see caves all over the place and each person had their own cave?
no, I don't think each person had their own cave. I think if you were single I think it was probably like, you shared a cave with your mother until you moved out. You get
And
you
then you
get
got
found
your
your
own
own cave.
cave?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, speaking of which, I like where you're going with the caves, but the mom thing did remind me about Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day
It
today.
is Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day,
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms
all the
out
moms.
there listening to
Yes.
this. My mom is probably listening to this, and she should know I'm happy. I've got my own cave.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm
I
not going
made
to
it out the
call it a
cave.
man cave,
Oh,
but
that
that's what they do. They have these
ooh.
man caves now. Is that a harken back, Joe, to the good old times when we lived in caves and is that what that is? The man cave?
I guess so. Now you think about it, did man cave come from cave? Like, was that did the word man cave come from there was a man, and usually you move out when you get married, but this man moved out to a different cave just to be a bachelor.
I think back then when men and women moved into the same cave, it was just very claustrophobic. So men they got their own man cave to
Yeah,
hang
yeah.
in.
So a
And
man cave
it
is also yeah,
stayed, it never left. It was passed down from generation to generation.
yeah. So man cave is also very the same way asking someone for directions is like this ancient art. That also was the man cave is also in a like a sacred place.
Yeah, I don't know if the asking for directions is an ancient art, but I see where your head's at. I
Yeah,
see
yeah,
where your
you
head's
get what
at.
I'm
I don't know if
saying.
it's up there
Yeah.
with like meditation and philosophy.
I think so. There could be an argument. There could be an argument that meditation is asking for directions. I mean, listen, a human's first instinct is to ask for help. The same way a turtle's first instinct is to crawl towards the water to survive, right?
Is it?
Yes, turtles are built for survival, right? Their first instinct is to crawl towards the water.
Okay.
A human's first instinct is to cry and ask for his mother.
Really?
Y- What's the first thing babies do when they're born?
I think they probably take a piss
What's the third
after
thing
the
they do?
piss.
Because you're gonna say shit for
They,
the second. I know that. So it's the
yeah,
third thing.
I guess they cry. Are they
Yeah, they
crying for the
cry.
mother or are they crying because they're like, oh, now I got to deal with this shit?
Yeah, that's the good point. Yeah, oh,
Now I got
fuck.
to deal with the world.
This again. I
Everything
gotta
was
do
so
this.
easy in the womb,
That's
right? I
true.
was just hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the womb. Oh, yeah.
I saw this great band last night, Lark and Poe.
Okay.
Two sisters, one
Okay. Okay.
super hot, and she was pregnant. She was like 6 months pregnant, rocking
Yeah.
out on stage.
Yeah. So
So I
do you
was
think
like,
that? Yeah,
that baby's a rocker.
that baby was a, or that baby could be like like a nerd, like a like he's you
Yeah,
know
yeah.
wants
Just
some.
shut up. Just
Yeah,
keep the
shut up.
noise down,
Yeah.
Mom. What's with all this?
Exactly. I didn't even get started. I gotta deal with this shit. I can't even take a nap in my own womb. This guy, the womb is supposed to be a sacred place.
Yeah, it's true. I can't
Yeah,
even
no,
nap.
that
You guys are just playing blues all day? Give me a break.
yeah, that
Put
is
on some
the
Blues Clues. Do something. Give me some
exactly.
Elmo. What happened to Elmo? All the other
Yeah,
babies are hanging out with Baby Shark.
yeah, and
I'm
this guy
dealing with
gets
fucking the Allman
that
Brothers. Yeah.
is true. Yeah,
But
that has
great
to be a
band.
piss
Great shout out
great
to Lark
band.
and Poe.
Yeah, well, three-person band from the sounds of it, they better be
Yeah.
good.
No, they had a whole band.
Oh, okay.
And they did this great bit where they all got together around just one mic.
Uh-huh,
And they're like, okay, we're going to do it like it's like the 1920s. We're
uh-huh.
all just in front of one mic. It was sick.
Okay, that sounds very Blues Cluesy, actually, how you think about it. Okay, we're all gonna go together on one
Yeah,
mic.
yeah, yeah.
Sharing is caring.
There is something that I noticed about, though, at the concert. There was something
Yeah.
I noticed at the concert. Have you been to a lot of concerts?
No, I've not been. I've been to jazz clubs, and I've
Okay.
been to, like, Jewish be like, you know,
Okay. I don't know
um,
what that is, but
yeah, me neither. But no, I'm not I've been to, like, Battle of the Bands.
okay. I
Yeah.
don't know about like high school shows, but a jazz club is very nice. A jazz club is like a very tasteful thing to do. That would
Yes.
mean I feel like men who go to jazz clubs also have great etiquette. Like they know what side of the table setting the fork is supposed to be and how to place the napkin on the leg. Am I wrong about that? Are you a man of great etiquette?
No, no, I'm not a man of great etiquette. I'm a man of great predicate of pretending.
Okay.
Um, but sorry, I wanted to hear the thing about the concert, which before
So,
what's yeah, yeah,
okay, so it's at Irving Plaza,
yeah.
which is a small venue. I don't know if it even holds more than 1,000 people.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
small venue. It's right in Union Square. Great intimate setting for a great show, and it's very easy to get right up to the front. Right.
yeah.
So I just like walk in. I was supposed to take a lady friend, but she rescheduled.
Aw.
So I went solo. I had a
Oh,
great
went
time.
solo. Okay, and
Yeah.
you're going solo. Is this like a I'm gonna go anyway solo? Is it like, oh, I have to go solo?
It was, I'm gonna go solo. Like, I'm doing
Okay,
this, I'm having a great time. It wasn't like I'm
okay,
gonna go anywhere. It's the first time I ever went solo to a concert. Had a great
okay,
time. Had a great
okay.
time.
Wait,
Anyway,
can I
so
sorry, can I ask one more question about that?
yeah.
Was it like a oh man, she postponed? Was it like, oh, I'll see her a different time? Was it one of
No,
those
she
post?
was like, my sister's going away this week.
Uh,
So my sister's leaving after this weekend. So I got to see my sister. I'm happy to see you anytime after the weekend.
okay, okay. So it's a real postpone.
It was a legitimate postpone. I
Okay,
was going to the
okay,
concert anyway, regardless,
okay,
like
okay,
whether or not I was taking someone. I was seeing this band.
okay.
So I go to the concert and there's those like if you're in the front, there's like railing. There's like a railing, so
Yeah,
these people get there first and they keep their spot right up on the railing. You know what I'm talking about, right up
yeah,
in
yeah.
front of
I
the
get it.
stage.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And almost all of them were like motionless. They're
What do you
like
mean?
just standing, like they weren't going crazy, moving their heads, jamming out. They were just dull.
You're in
But
the
their
front row
first
during
row, they
uh-huh.
got there
Yeah.
first, and
Yeah.
they're just standing there, and they just seem disinterested, but they're there. Have you seen this at concerts? Like, they don't go crazy. They're just hanging out in the front, but it's like, why'd you go through all this trouble? A lot of people in the crowd, they just sort of stand there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess you don't know what I mean because you've only been to jazz clubs and Battle of the Bands,
Yeah.
and these are elevated experience. People are going
Yes.
wild at those places. But what are your thoughts on maybe why people are doing this? Why do you think they go there so early, but then they're so dull? Do you think it's just an out of body experience? So, like, part of them spiritually is going crazy? Or do you think maybe they're just on too many drugs?
Okay, so first of all, the way you frame it, you make me sound like a real nerd there. I know you've only been to, Battle of the Bands and Teen Choice Awards and, you know, what's
Hey,
that,
that would be
kids.
awesome. The Teen Choice, I don't even know how you get a ticket to the Teen
That's
Choice
correct.
Awards.
That would be pretty cool.
I think it's all just like your dad's famous or something and they put you in the crowd. Teen's
Yeah.
Choice Award would be awesome.
Yes, or Nick Choice Awards, that'd be cool
It's
too.
the same thing.
No, no,
It's
no.
the
There's
Nickelodeon Teen Choice Awards, no?
maybe I haven't watched it.
Oh,
I haven't.
no, Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards.
Yeah. Whatever. It's some sort. You get slimed. If you're getting slime in your face, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Nowadays, as adults, there's only one way to get slime in the face, and that's to sort of go the other way, which topic for another time.
or you could go to the Nick Choice Awards. People think you're a pedophile, anyways.
Yeah.
So either way, you're gonna get called a weirdo. Wait, what's that? Real quick, what's that thing again? I saw a commercial for where it's like the kids cover the songs. Kids Bop, Kids Bop.
Yeah, Kids Bop.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I saw Kids Bop. They were covering Pink Pony Club. And I was like,
Pink
that it
Pony
actually
Club?
sounds.
Pink Pony Club?
No, the song Pink Pony Club by Chappell Roan?
No.
I'm gonna be dancing at the Pink Pony Club.
Okay.
Anyways, Kids Bop was covering it, and it actually made sense. And like, it sounded more like a kid song because Pink Pony Club is a burlesque and strip club that she was
Oh.
dancing at. So first I was like, these kids shouldn't be singing about a Pink Pony Club. Then I was like, wait, that's exactly what the kids should be singing about is a Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, they should be hanging out at some sort of Pink Pony,
Yeah.
Sunday hangout.
Yeah, Pink Pony, club, not Pink Pony like club as in like
Like a
club with
Chuck
your
E.
friends.
Cheese establishment.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What channel are you watching that you're still seeing ads for Kids Bop?
Oh, I don't know. I
Just
That's a good
YouTube
point.
it?
Honestly, I get recommend I get recommended slides and Kids Bops ads, that's
Yeah.
it. But
Hey,
yeah, I just
speaking
thought
of so the concert. Let's move on from the concert because
no,
I don't
no,
know if
no,
you
no,
have a great
no,
answer.
I have a thing on the I can answer you in the concert.
Okay,
I have an answer. I don't wanna move on. You brought up a good point. I don't wanna move
go
on.
ahead. Go ahead.
Just wanted to
It
do a
was a
side
good. It was a
tangent.
great point.
I think it might be a lazy explanation, but you
Okay.
could say because of people's cell phones nowadays, they're used to enjoying things in their bed like this.
Uh huh.
So, you ever watch something in your bed and you're like, "I'm having the best time of my life right now." But you're not gonna physically move, so I think that's kind of what it is at the concert now.
Great, great, great possibility. But a lot of these people were older. So, but maybe
Oh,
even this has happened to older people as well.
yeah. No, I think older people just don't wanna older people enjoy things differently. Older people will go to a comedy show, not laugh, and have a great time.
Yeah, I was watching a course by Steve Martin. He has a master class on comedy. And his advice was when you're on stage, do not look the people in the eye. Because if you look them in the eye, he's like, don't even look at the people, just glaze over them. Because if you look at them, you're just going to see them do this. He's like, they're not going to be laughing. But then when they leave, they're going to think they had a great time.
So I have Steve Martin's book here.
Oh, Born Standing Up. I've read that.
Yes, so I do disagree with his philosophy on that. I think there's a point you definitely don't wanna be overbearing and look people in the eye to the point where they don't laugh and feel uncomfortable, but I look people in the eyes. I look
Yeah.
especially there's certain shows you have to make audiences laugh, certain shows you have to make people laugh. I like to look people in the eyes. Even when I'm bombing and I'm doing well, I have to look to legit look them in the eye. If I'm doing like, if it goes well, sometimes I'll be scared to do it. Like, if I'm not looking them in the eye, it's because I'm scared. Also, it
Interesting.
calms me down. Also, if it looks on the eye, it calms me down.
The lead singer of Larkin Poe, I'm pretty sure she looked me in the eye yesterday.
Yeah,
She was looking a lot of people in the eye.
yeah,
Which is cool. It's like you're jamming with me.
yeah,
It was like to Sadie, it was so personal. Like,
yeah,
they're looking different people in the eye as they're playing because it's such a small venue. And it's like, I'm here with you.
yeah. And Steve Martin
It was so
also,
personal. It was so
yeah,
cool.
no, Steve, yeah, and I agree. So, because Steve Martin also at the end of his career, he was playing fucking, like, giant venues. So if you're in a theater or a giant venue with him, you can't look anybody in the eye.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And also his comedy is very, he's a character. So it's easy for him to look someone in the eye would even make sense, because there's nothing to look in the eye.
Yeah, have you seen his '70s stand-up? Where I think
Uh,
he's at, like, the Improv? Or
I
he's at
saw
someplace in LA. It's one of the greatest things you'll ever see.
I think so. I
I'm
listened to
not
his
telling you to
album.
watch it now. I don't
No,
want
no,
you
I
to
get it.
go look it up.
No, I get it.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So speaking of teens, because we were talking about Teen Choice Awards, so I was in
Yeah.
Atlanta last weekend. I was staying
Okay.
at this hotel, and this woman comes up to me. She's an older woman. I don't know, maybe 60s or something. And she said she wanted to pet my dog. My dog was there. And we start talking, and turns out she's a photographer of people. She's a
Yeah.
photographer, right? And she shares her Instagram with me, and she's like, check out my photographs. And it's all
Yeah.
of teens,
But teens.
teenagers, teenage women.
Okay. How old is she?
This woman's like in her 60s, and she
Uh-huh.
she photographs like famous people, famous
Yeah.
people's kids, like
Uh-huh.
an anchor on CNN. I think his name's like Sanjay Gupta or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
like the doctor guy,
Yeah.
like his daughter, who actually turns out to be hot. But
Okay.
anyway, she's showing me these photos. She's above 18.
Okay.
Anyway, well, I hope she's
Well,
showing me
then
these photos. She's showing me these photos,
yeah.
and they're of all these like high schoolers, but the like sort of like sultry poses.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what do you want me to say? Like, you
Uh-huh.
want me to say
Yeah.
great, great photography? you know,
Uh-huh.
like,
So
well,
it's it
I didn't know what
yeah,
to say.
yeah.
They're teenagers, So I was like, wow, great. It's like someone by the beach or by the pool or something.
Yeah, yeah,
What am I
yeah.
supposed to say? Great shot?
So it's like teenagers, like, in swimsuits and book bags, like, are they
Something like that.
yeah.
Yes, they're like graduation photos, and some of them are well-to-do. So like
Uh-huh.
they're by the family pool, or
Uh-huh.
like culture now is you do sultry things. Like a lot of these people are going to go on to have great OnlyFans careers.
Yeah. So
And so
she should
I thought it was interesting. How do you respond to that? What am I supposed to say? I just said great work. I just
yeah, yeah,
great
yeah.
great work.
No, I think so she's just okay, so to paint the picture, she's just showing you a bunch of teenagers and little risque poses and just a bunch of them in a row where it's making you feel like, "I don't know how to react to this."
She says, check out my photography. And
Yes.
she opens her thing, and she's got a lot of followers. And I start scrolling down. She's
Yeah.
showing me on her phone. And I start scrolling down. I'm like, these are all of like high school kids and like sultry poses. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to say? You're awesome.
So here's what I'll tell you, if there's one thing I've
And
learned in
they
my
were pretty good. Honestly, they were pretty good.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
about
no,
like the guys in high school that they're whoever knows these people, like guys are gonna smash.
yeah,
The high school kids got it made.
yeah, okay. So, you're s
As
she
far as
here's
high
what
school kids go.
as far as
Not
high school
not
kids
me,
go,
I'm
yeah,
just saying, if
yeah,
I'm the high school kid, if I'm in high school,
yeah,
they're
no,
gonna have good time.
yeah, yeah. I maybe I wouldn't I wouldn't say that to her personally, that's not what I would open with if I was talking to her, but I get what your point is. So I was gonna say if there's one thing I've learned in my many years of comedy, it's how to give a fake compliment.
Okay.
So, I mean, if she's I'd be like, "Oh, great set." If she showed me her pictures, I'd be like, "Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh, great job. No, I thought it was amazing. Really great."
So that's what you tell other comics even if they suck?
No, I'm just saying I've learned the skill. If whenever someone asks me to
What's the
explain
skill, and why were you saying this is a great skill for me to lie to people?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And this was this happened to me. This is when I really learned what comedy was. I was hanging out at a show in
Okay.
Bushwick.
Dishonesty, that's at the root of all comedy.
No, no, no. If you want to hear what comedy is, I'll tell you what. Listen, no, listen, I can feel you're a little skeptical. I get it. I
Okay.
feel you're skeptical. Let me tell you a quick story. I answer the story. I swear to God.
Okay. Sure, sure.
This to me is what comedy is. I was hanging out at a show in Bushwick trying to get up. I didn't get up. I walk into the back to say goodbye to the host. They're doing cocaine off a notebook. The comic doing the coke goes, "Oh yeah, man, great set." And I said, "Thank you," and then I left. That's what comedy is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not getting up and
Not getting up.
witnessing a indulgence of cocaine.
Someone tells you had a good
Great
set.
career.
And someone tells you had a good set, and then you say thank you. You don't say no, I didn't go up. You say
Oh,
thank
you
you, and you
didn't even
leave.
get up.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I
what I'm
get it.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's bullshit. The guy says great set. Oh, I go, oh, thank you. Oh, I'm gonna correct him. I just fucking doing coke
Right.
with a
You
dollar
didn't
bill.
even get up. Yeah.
Yeah,
In your mind,
exactly.
I mean, this guy's on drugs, so in his mind, maybe he witnessed you do a great set. This guy's all over the place.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So what's been going on? You said you are getting more into the YouTube, right?
Well, yeah.
And for
Well,
those listening, Joe said he's going to come on once a month. So
yeah.
we're going to hold you to that because I love chatting with you.
Yeah, no, this is I'm gonna upload this to my YouTube channel called the Joe Levy Experiment. So
Uh-huh.
hopefully the people
Okay,
there have
I'll
a good
allow you
time.
to do that. I'm glad that we had that conversation.
Well, oh, I thought we did it last
No,
time
of
too.
course, I know.
Okay,
I'm just
fine.
messing with you. Of course, you can
Sorry.
upload it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
do all
yeah,
the
yeah.
editing and you'll monetize it. No
Wait,
problem.
I'm gonna monetize with my 40 subscribers. I better monetize it.
I
Hopefully.
subscribe. Oh, by the way, I saw that. Congratulations on hitting 40. I
Thank
think you
you.
have 43 now. I went to subscribe, but then
Yeah.
it asked me to log in on like the web version and I couldn't log in. So I'm like, I'm going to do it later when I actually send this video to you. So I'm going to subscribe also.
Okay.
I'm
Nice. Thank
probably
you.
already subscribed though, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
Uh,
very exciting. So what have you been uploading?
so I uploaded a video. I think how you could check it out. How Bill Belichick should be the next pope. I'm trying to do things like that.
I love that.
Um, yeah. Did I derail your? I think I derailed the whole thing. I think you had a direction you wanted to go in,
There's
and then
no
I.
direction, no
Okay.
direction home, baby.
Okay.
So, so you're doing the YouTube, and what
Yeah.
are the videos going to sort of be? Is it like an everyday thing, once a week thing,
So
whenever you
try.
feel like it,
Yeah, I'm trying to do it once a week. Once a week every Sunday.
like a
So
news bit sort of thing?
yeah, just I'm still kind of figuring it out, but kind
I
of
love
things that
that.
happen throughout the week. I thought no, I thought Bill Belichick should be a good pope. I thought he's a good leader. He's someone to look up to. He's accomplished a lot. And the main through line I said is that both Bill Belichick and religious figures never answer any questions, right? Like you ever
Hmm.
try asking a rabbi a question, you can never get an answer.
So you're saying the coach is more accustomed to answering questions, so he'd be better?
No, I'm saying, but you're not supposed to answer questions. If you're Bill Belichick, if you're the Pope, you're not supposed to answer any questions.
So he'd be better fit. I think it comes down to would he look good in that tall hat?
I think he would.
Yeah, but you got to understand now that he's dating this super hot, like 26-year-old.
So that's why I'm saying younger men and older men could look up to him.
Yeah, but then it's like, can he sleep with her if he's Catholic, if he's the Pope? I get where you're going, and I too, if I had to say, would certainly put Bill Belichick on that voting card. I think he should be considered, but you also got to consider, will he be able to still smash his hot girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's definitely something for consideration. You got to take your time with that. But I think anyways, that was the video I made.
You
Just
think the girl is with him because he's great looking and has a
uh,
great personality, and it
I
has
mean,
nothing to do with his money?
it depends. I mean, I don't know him personally. I think he's one of these autistic guys. I think he's definitely autistic. I think some girls just like older guys.
Hmm.
It's like if you're a girl, it's like you have a choice. You could date someone younger or date someone very successful. I mean, um,
That's a nice
it comes.
outlook
Yeah,
for someone who's
you know,
getting older. I like that.
yeah. No, and the thing is,
So
she
do you think
shouldn't.
your girl is dating you because you're very successful?
Yeah, I think so. It's I showed her my 40 subscribers and she couldn't stay away. So,
She couldn't
well,
contain herself.
exactly when she saw the
Yeah,
40, she saw I
yeah,
hit the 40 subscriber mark. It was
yeah.
all
Wait
game
till you get to
over.
140,
Yeah, exactly.
and then you'll have to buy Plan B for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I
Amazing,
had
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I had this thing about elevators I wanted to talk to you about.
Let's talk about that. We got a couple more minutes
Okay,
coming
so
up on
this is
30. We
yeah,
got time for an elevator bit. Go ahead.
yes. So you're waiting for the elevator, right?
Uh huh.
And you walk up to the elevator, no button is pressed, nobody's there. There's two elevator doors, right? There's an
Okay.
up button, there's a down button. You're on the first floor. So
Yeah,
you
there's
walk
also
up.
the open button and the close button. Oh, I'm on the
No,
outside of the
outside,
elevator.
outside, outside, outside.
Got it.
Correct. So
Trying to
you
paint
go
the
up.
picture.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. Taking it from square one, you in a hotel lobby,
Yes.
you walk up, you see two elevator buttons, you press the up button, you're waiting there for let's say 20 seconds, no elevator comes, somebody else walks by, they see the button is already lit up, and yet they press the button anyways.
Yes.
You've seen this, right?
I've done it.
I've done it too. And honestly, I feel bad about doing it because it just if you're staying there, you press the button. What do you think? The button's lying to you. You have to press it. Oh, so because here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna press it, and then it's gonna come because I've already waited 20 seconds, and now you're gonna feel like you did something, and you're gonna take the credit for pressing the elevator button when really I did all of the hard work.
It's a mental win, 100%.
Yes.
You
Yes.
tell yourself, I was on the ball. This person
Yes.
was just sitting there. Maybe they did or didn't press the button.
Yes.
But if this person's waiting and it still hasn't come, there's got to be something wrong with this person.
Yeah.
Maybe they just pressed it a second ago. Maybe they just showed up and it was pressed from someone else and it missed. Yeah, I'm pressing it to make sure because I know I'm on top of things. I don't
Yes.
trust these other people and their elevator techniques.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
approach it and I press it. I know I have a technique. The technique is simple, but it's tried and true. You press the up button and it comes. And I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what
It's
I'm
sick.
doing. And,
No, it's a
and I'm taking
sickness.
the credit for it. And I
Yeah.
look the other person in the eye. I say, see
As
what
you
I
walk
did
in.
there?
Yep.
See what I did there?
And then they
That was me.
and they walk in first, and then they close the door on you, and you gotta repeat the whole cycle.
Yeah.
No, it's disgusting. It's
How
disgusting.
about the
Exactly. That's what it is.
people? How about the people that come running from down the hall and put
Yeah.
their arm to stop
Yeah.
it when it's about to close and you're inside? It's like, just wait for the next one.
No, I love that. I love that.
Oh, I hate doing that. If I'm in my apartment building and there's
Yeah.
someone's doing it, I do not interrupt them. I
No,
let
no,
them
no, no.
go up. I'll take the next one.
I'll tell you what. It's part.
That is a
Listen,
true New York asshole.
no, 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 no. I'm not. No, you are in the right to press the close button as fast as you can. I 100% agree. You, the person in the elevator, are in the right to try to get your own elevator. No doubt. I agree
Yes.
with you there. However, I do appreciate people who still live life with some sort of whimsy to them. Like, oh, I gotta make the elevator before it closes. It doesn't matter. I'm not in a rush, but I like the whimsy.
You think this is not Alice in Wonderland? This is an asshole we're talking
No,
about.
it's
This is not someone in
no.
Harry Potter land at Universal just frolicking across a field and just happens to come across an elevator shaft. This is someone who wants to ruin your day. And that's how it feels. They
No,
put the
no,
arm
you're
there. They say, I'm here to delay your day. This is not a deer in prairie land. This is not whimsy.
there is something magical about being like, huh, huh, 3, 2, 1, and sacrificing their own body for the get better good. That is beautiful. Now, I
Mm.
think you are also, again, you're 100% in your right. They're being an asshole, but I appreciate the effort and the love that person still has for life.
It's magic. It's like
Yes.
it's like going to see the Rockettes
Yes.
in December in New York. It's true. It's the Nutcracker
Yeah. It's
on
the
a
magnus
snowy day.
opus.
Yes, it's the magnum opus. It's Oppenheimer
It's
on
Oppenheimer, it's
release night.
Barbie, it's what
Yes,
else is
it's
there?
Barbenheimer. Yeah,
It's
it's
Barbenheimer,
the
yeah.
Notebook kiss between Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling
Yeah.
and Rachel McAdams. That it's
Yeah.
true magic.
100%,
True
yes.
magic.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into a wonderful episode. Joe, thank you so
Hey.
much for coming on, brother.
Thank you. No, I listen, we talked the last time about me uploading it too. I don't wanna make it I'm sorry, I feel like I caught you off guard there. I mentioned I would also upload it, and I feel like
No,
you
you're
got
allowed
upset.
to upload it. I'm
Okay.
going to upload it, and I'll approve it so that you could upload it too. There's going to be an approval
Okay.
thing.
The approval thing I can get.
Yeah, it's going
I
to
feel
say,
bad
like,
now.
copyright. Do you own
No,
this?
all right.
Yeah,
I
that's
gotta
okay.
guys
I'll
submit a whole
approve
proof. No, because
Yeah.
I wanna make sure I upload a video once a week to
You'll
my
get it
channel.
up. Don't worry. You're allowed to upload it. I love it.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
it. All right,
you see,
everyone,
you
thank
see
you
this?
so
You
much.
see this, everyone? You see what he does to me? It makes me feel bad.
Yeah. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you soon. Take care, Joe.
Take care.